Monday. Now, most coaches are making this very common mistake when they post their offers, and it's hurting their ability to really garner interest and make sales when they make their offer post. I want to talk about what it is and what you can do to rectify this. But if you're a coach, you've probably made this one common mistake in your post, maybe even on your sales page, and even sometimes on sales calls. I see this happening when coaches are presenting their offer. They've gotten to that offer part and they're pitching their offer to their potential prospects. I see this mistake happen a lot, and it's very, very common. This one mistake, like I said, is the problem with making this mistake. Like, how's it going to show up? Is that it makes your offer a commodity when you don't have this right. It leads to people price shopping. Like, they show up for you, but they're not really there because they value what you offer. They're just there because they have an idea of what you do. It sounds like it could help them, but they're not expecting it to be any high ticket item. They're like, oh, it's going to be like a $97 or, some really low item, right? So they're unable to see the value in investing at a high ticket price if you're making this one mistake. It's also what leads to people then having objections if you're doing this on sales calls, where they're like, wait, like, why is it this much? They're not seeing the value. And so you're getting a lot of the money objection. Okay, like, I can't afford it, I don't have the money, whatever it may be. It's also what leads to people scrolling whenever you make your offers, like an offer post, and not stopping or giving you a second chance or glance when they see the price, but they're going to your competitors who's like maybe triple or double or triple or quadruple your price, and easily, happily paying them their asking price without any objections. And you're like, what the heck? What's happening here? Okay. So I'm going to share with you what it is. But before we move forward, if you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Oninya Nike. I'm a wife. I'm a mom of 3. I'm a coach, a business strategist, a best-selling author, podcaster, YouTuber, you name it. And I help coaches to master their marketing, their unique message, and create a simple, personalized strategy to help them consistently generate high-quality leads. And of course, best of all, sign premium clients every single month in their business like clockwork, right? Because that's what we're here about, making changes, impacting lives. But in order to do that, we've got to be able to get them in the door first, right? We've got to get them to say yes to investing in themselves and getting that support and that guidance to achieve the goal that they ultimately want, okay? Now, I know you're kind of like on your seat, edge of your seat. What is this common mistake that you're talking about? What's this thing that you're talking about? So here it is. And that is, when you make your post or you make your pitch, what I see happen so often, and a lot of my clients, when they come to me, they're also in that headspace a lot too, and they struggle with this, and that is a heavy focus on the features and the method, the process, versus sharing the benefits of your offer, the transformation with your audience. Okay, so I'm going to break this down and what this kind of looks like and how this shows up. So I want you to think about my example here is, very common one is you want to buy a ticket to the Caribbeans. Okay, sunny beaches, sand on your toes, the beautiful blue, water, the ocean, the wind blowing your hair. You've got maybe a margarita in one hand and a little snackable snack in the other hand. And you're just at peace. The world, there's no worries about life or cares, right? You're just enjoying your time away, your vacation. You want to ask yourself, are people interested in that whole process to get to that Caribbean when you're selling that ticket? Are they interested in the airplane ride? The parts of the airplane, it's going to have wings and a tail. Well, you're hoping it has all the things it needs, right? You're going to be in this seat versus that seat, right? Those things are somewhat important, but that's not what people are buying. They're not buying the airplane ride. They're not buying the process, the getting from A to B, so much as they're buying the final destination. And that is the Caribbean vacation, right? The experience they're going to have there at the beach, at the resort, at wherever they may be headed. But too often what we do in our offers, what I see happen a lot is there's a high focus on the features, right? What you get and the process, like how I'm going to get you there, and the nitty-gritty parts of our offer, again, the plane ride and the plane itself and all that stuff, versus what needs to really be emphasized, which is the benefits. Now, this happens naturally because it's safe, first and foremost. It's very easy to talk about. You get, 5 modules, 100 hours worth of, content and trainings and a workbook and 3 sessions or whatever it may be. And it makes sense to us to some extent because we are in a consumer world, consumer standpoint. We're used to that, right? We ever watch those infomercials? But wait, there's more. You get 3 pairs of knives and 2 kitchen sets and da da da. And that's how they kind of stack up in order to showcase the value. And in people's brains, that's kind of how we kind of operate until you step back from and understand what it is to sell high ticket and understand what really is the motivator behind people buying a high ticket priced thing versus a low ticket thing, because it's two very different mindsets and ways of approaching it. And so you don't need to stack it in value, stack up the value of it by saying how many, modules and how many sessions and workbooks and all this other stuff. Sometimes that could actually hurt you more than help you because it can become overwhelming. And it's, again, people aren't seeing the value in it because that's not what they're buying, right? But of course, to us, it makes sense. To most coaches, when they're first coming into it and they don't understand marketing and sales, that's the first thought is, oh, I've got to focus very heavily on selling the features of this offer that I want to put out there, right? We've invested time, we've invested energy and resources into creating our offer. So let's say you do have modules, like you're like, I spent weeks creating this thing, right? I want people to value it, right? So it makes sense that features becomes the thing in our brain that we feel like people need to see in order to value our offers. The same goes for like certifications. I see some people like, well, I've been certified in this and that and that and that and that, and they put it in there, they wrap it up in their offers. It's kind of like the big thing. That's the thing that's highlighted and showcased a lot. But again, you have to understand people are not buying the plane. They're not buying the plane parts. They're not buying A to B to get, the process of getting there. They are buying the Caribbean, the resort, the vacation experience. That's the ultimate goal, outcome, transformation that they desire. Okay. So while it is important to share the features, and of course people want to know what am I getting with for this, it's not the main point. Now, the second piece of this is sharing your method. And I see this a lot too, is some people will switch into their methodology. Now, of course, this is important when it comes to your unique selling proposition, right? What makes you different? People want to understand the method. What process are you taking me through? So that it has a higher emphasis than the features. But again, it's not the full, it's not what people are buying. They're buying the transformation. Now, the method is important, again, so do not miss this part, but it's not what you want to put your time, effort, energy. Like, you don't want to make it the only thing you're highlighting. There is a way to highlight your method in a way that is also still benefit driven for your ideal client. And I'll talk a little bit about that in a little bit. Okay. Remember, they're investing in your offer because they want the result that your offer has promised them. They're not investing in your 4-part method. They're not investing in your modules, your calls, your, again, trainings and workbooks. They're investing in the end goal. They want that sexy body, right? They want to lose that weight and they want to fit back in their jeans and they want to look good in the mirror and, have people like envious and looking at them. That's what they desire. That's what they value. That's what they're looking for. They want the love of their life, right? They want to find Mr. or Mrs. Right and live a happy, life. They want consistent leads in their business. If their business, what does all business need? We need consistent leads that then turn into clients. They want happy, they want to be a happy, stress-free parent. If they're dealing constantly with arguing with their kids and they're pulling their hair out because they're constantly stressed out, they want that peaceful parenting to be able to feel like, not have guilt or shame around parenting and feel good about parenting. They want that career promotion. Maybe that's what they've been working towards. So these are the things that they are looking for. This is what people value, and this is what people are willing to pay a high ticket price point, invest in for. But you've got to be able to showcase that. You have to be able to communicate that in your message, in your content, in a way that they can see that, so that they can value it and want to invest. Okay, so that's important. They're always asking, what's in it for me? So when you're writing your post or you're on a call, sales call with someone, you have to speak to the benefits of your offer. Let your audience know what are the positive impacts of getting this result, the long-term, the short-term benefits of your offer. What are you going to get? Paint the vivid picture of what they will have, be, and do. I just did that for you with these several examples that I just shared. So, are you doing that in your content? Are you doing that when you have conversations with people about what they can expect working with you? Okay. So, if you're going to share your 5-part methodology or whatever it may be, the emphasis should be on the benefits of the steps or pillars towards the end goal, right? If you're not speaking to the benefits, it's very robotic. And again, people will price shop and they won't be able to see the value in what you do just because you're like, here's my 5-part um, blah method. Here's my 5-part blah method. People are like, I don't know what that is. What does that mean? What is that about? I don't care. They just want to know what is the like that pillar, that your process, your method. How is that getting me to my end goal? How's that getting me to the ultimate destination, the Caribbeans that I desire, that I truly want, that I value, and that I am willing to pay and invest for? So that's what you want to really be thinking about. So if you are want to share your method, make sure it has benefits at the end of each one of your steps or your pillars. So I'm going to use an example, a dating example, and I'm going to then share my program and use that example too. So let's say you are a dating coach and your big dating promise is in 3 months, you will find Mr. Right. You're going to walk away with a loyal man who loves you unconditionally, communicates effectively, and shows you off everywhere you go. What? That's hot, right? If you're someone, if you're single and you're like been on in the dating scene for a while and you're just like kind of tired of all of it, and maybe you're kind of giving up, and a dating, a coach comes up to you and you read this and you hear this, you're like, oh my God, yes, 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 right? Now they're on the edge of their seats, they want to hear more. This is an offer promise. This is something that's going to get people excited. Now, when you are writing and talking about your process, right, you want to show them a method. You don't want to just talk about, you're going to get this. We're going to meet 2-3 times a week. You're going to do blah, blah, blah. Or my methodology requires blah, 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 blah. You want to talk about what is the process and why is it beneficial for them to take that next step, right? So I'll give you an example using the dating example. So your first step you can say is, we will optimize your dating profile. That's step one. But we're not going to leave it there because people don't care about optimizing their dating profile. What is the benefit of taking that action, of optimizing your dating profile? So we're going to optimize your dating profile so that you can only attract men who are a perfect fit and actually serious about starting a family and being in a relationship, so that you no longer waste your time on tire kickers, right? The bums that just want to hook up for one night stand or something, but aren't serious about really dating, having a relationship. I extended that. But do you understand how now it's very clear in your prospect's mind what differentiates kind of your process, that what differentiates your offer, but also they can see like the steps that you're taking them through. They're not blindly just following you. Yes, we all want the big promise, but now it's also even clearer that there are many benefits within your offer. And if you can share this on a sales call, or you can talk about this when you post about your offers, it's going to help your audience get so much clarity around your offer that it becomes a no-brainer, because they don't have to guess at it. It's very clear the process you have. It's very clear the benefits of that process, that step that you're taking them through. And it's very clear what the ultimate transformation and outcome is, which is what they are investing in. That's the value piece of it. That's what they ultimately want. Okay. So you see how that's very clear. And then you'd obviously, every other step, you do the same thing. We're going to do this so that you can have this. What's the benefit? We're going to do this so that you can have this. That's the formula. We're going to do this so that you can have this. So I'll give you an example with my program. So in my program, one of the first steps that we do is I help my clients get clear around who is their perfect fit person, like their dream person, and who is that person at the premium level. So we up level to the premium version of that person. Now we do this so that they can ensure that they're only speaking to and therefore attracting only that perfect fit premium buyer who's ready to invest and get amazing results. So that's the first step, right? I'm not just saying, oh, we're just going to get you clear on your niche, your ideal person, because people are like, I already know my person. Like, I don't care about that stuff. But if I'm able to clearly state, like, here is what we're going to do, and here's the benefit of what we're doing, now they have clarity around it. Now they're seeing the value in it. They're seeing the value in getting really clear on who their perfect person is and up leveling that person. So they're like, okay, now I understand why we're doing this. because the women who, a lot of my clients who come to me, they are selling low ticket. They're good at what they do, but they're selling low ticket and they're ready to up level to high ticket, and they want to call in that person. But they also have to understand in the work that we do that you have to understand who is that person at that level who's willing to invest at a premium price, because it doesn't always mean it's the person you're currently talking to. Your messaging may be attracting lower ticket people who are happy to invest at a very low price, but if you were to give them a higher ticket price, they don't want to, right? And so we have to get clear on what mindset, what actions, what assets, where does this person have to be? What actions must they be taking? What do they truly desire and want in order to be able to speak to someone who's at that place of wanting a high ticket transformation versus a low ticket, right? So we always do that work because they're not the same people. Someone who wants a magic pill, right, to lose weight is very different from someone who understands that it's going to require hard work, exercise, changing your diet, all that stuff if you want to have that result, versus someone who's like, nope, just give me what's the next pill, right? What's the next diet pill? So we have to understand who that person is for my clients, and we do that work. And so that's why I'm very clear. This is the first step, is we're going to up level to a premium person, your ideal client, but at a premium level, who's willing to invest. And so that you can speak to only that person. Your terminology, the words that you use, the way you're communicating is going to be very different to someone who's at a high ticket price point level in their mindset versus someone who's still looking to buy the free or the cheapest thing possible. Okay? But you see how I'm clear on that. I'm very clear in when I'm writing, when I talk about it, and when I'm, writing about or posting about that in my offer post. Ultimately, what's the benefit? If you're going to talk about your method, right, because that's how you differentiate yourself, because the way you do things is unique to you versus everyone else in the marketplace, your competitors, make sure you're making it benefit driven. Do not highlight or focus so much on the features. Focus on, if you're going to share your method, what about each aspect of your method, each pillar of your methodology, what's the benefit? What will they walk away with? How does that tie into the greater, bigger promise, outcome, transformation that you're guaranteeing or you're that you're sharing with your clients, that you help them get? Okay. The ultimate goal, for my program is walking away with a simple personalized strategy, to help them generate leads and clients. But each step of that, I share it with the benefits so they can see the bigger picture. They have a map, they have a plan, but they know they're going to get there. They know how they're going to get to the Caribbeans, right? Are we walking? Are we taking a plane? Are we on a cruise boat? Is there a train? What are we doing? People do want to know that, but that's not the main focus or highlight. Okay. Remember, in your content, people are always asking, what's in it for me? So everything you put out, including your offer post, always make sure that you are looking at it through those the lens of your ideal client. What's in it for me? When they read this, is it filled with benefits of what they're gonna expect, what they're gonna get, what they're gonna experience as they go to their ultimate transformation? Or is it just features? Sessions, you're gonna get this many sessions and this workbook and all that stuff, because that's not what they're buying. They're buying the transformation, the ultimate destination, point B. And then if you're going to share methodology, you want to make sure it's benefit driven so they understand the trip, the process, the journey you're taking them through. Okay? Always lead with benefits and tie everything back to that. When you're able to do that in a clear, concise way, I promise you it's going to change everything for you. You're going to be able to get on a sales call and be able to share the benefits when you talk about your offer to your prospects, and you'll be able to see it very clearly, understand it, and value it. When you're writing your posts and you make it more benefit focused and talk about the transformation in very clear, vivid language, you're going to have a different response versus being very feature oriented and vague. Okay. Now, if you are making this mistake, it's okay. It's normal. Again, it's practice. This happens. This is not something that you if you're not in this space, right? And so if you're making this mistake or you're not sure, you're like, can I have another pair of eyes to look at my offer roles, or maybe what I'm talking about in sales calls, to make sure that I am focused more on the benefits and highlighting the benefits and the transformation versus just the features of stuff. You like that pair of eyes? to help you up level your content and therefore your message and your offers. Uh, so that you can attract and land 2 to 3 to 4 new premium clients every single month who are excited to work with you, then my offer to you is to send me a DM with the word clients and let's chat. I can take a look at your current offers and the posts and content you're putting out there. And I can share some feedback as to where places that maybe you can make some revisions or tweak or up level so that you can start attracting more premium clients in your business. So if that's something you're interested in, send me a DM with the word clients. We'll chat. No pressure. I don't pressure anyone to do anything they're not ready to do. It's just me taking a look. I'll give you some suggestions. And if it makes sense and if it's a good fit, we can talk more about what that could look like working together on a deeper, more personalized level. Okay. Until tomorrow, y'all, thank you for sticking in here with me. We will have another snackable training tomorrow, goodies and stuff that's going to help you with your messaging, your offers, your positioning, your lead gen, your sales, whatever it may be. We covering all of it in 30 days, my friends. Okay. I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.